Hello students, I am Professor Ambika Devi, Assistant Professor of Physics, Government First Grade College, Bidar. Today's video is related to Session 11 of BSc 5th Sem Basic Instrumentation Skill course, and which is prescribed in the colleges affiliated to Karnataka State Gulbarga University, Kalburgi. So let us now start with the session of DC ammeter and ohm meter. Students, in this first slide, I am going to explain PMMC ammeter. When a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, a mechanical force acts on the conductor. When a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, then what happens? A mechanical force acts on the conductor. If it is attached to a moving system, if it is attached to a moving system with a coil movement, the pointer moves over the scale. As the name suggests, it has a permanent magnet which are employed in this kind of measurements. It is particularly suited for DC measurements. This PMCC ammeter is used for DC measurements because here deflection is proportional to the current, and hence if current direction is reversed, the deflection of the pointer will also be reversed. That's why this type of ammeters are used for DC current. So it is used for DC measurements only. This type of instruments called D-Arnosol type instruments. It has major advantages of having a linear scale. What are the advantages of PMMC ammeter? Which are having linear scale, low power consumption. It will consume less power, high accuracy is more, and major disadvantages of this PMCC emitter is it is used for the measurement of DC quantity, and its cost is very high. These are the some disadvantages of the PMMC emitter. So in this ammeter, deflecting torque is given by T is equal to B I L B N. Here B is the flux density, I be the current flowing through the coil, and L be the length of the coil, B is the breadth of the coil, and N be the number of turns of the coil. So the deflecting torque of this ammeter is given by this expression. Extension range in a PMMC ammeter. Okay, we can extend the range of measurements. Now it looks quite extraordinary. This is the extraordinary part of the PMCC emitter, that we can extend the range of measurements in this type of instruments. Many of us will think that we must buy a many of us will think that we must buy a new ammeter to measure the higher amount of current, and also many of us may think we have to change the constructional features so that we can measure the higher currents. How to measure the higher currents? So for measuring the higher currents, we can think like that, but there is nothing like that. We have to just connect a shunt resistance in parallel. If we connect a shunt resistance parallel, and the range of the instruments can be extended. What is the method to measure the higher range current? So if we connect the shunt resistance in parallel, then we can easily measure the higher range current. This is a simple solution which is provided by this instrument. Okay. Then ohm meter. Uh, Ohmmeter is the electronic device which is used to measure the electrical resistance of the circuit element. So this is the device which is used to measure the electrical resistance. Resistance is measured by using a device called ammeter. Uh, Electrical resistance is a measure of how much an object opposes, allowing a electrical current to pass through it. Micro ohmmeter. Ohmmeter, here we are discussing about the ohmmeter. Micro ohmmeter or mega ohmmeter and milli ohmmeters are used to measure the resistance in different applications of electrical testing. A micro ohmmeter is used to measure the extremely low resistance with high accuracy, and is used for bonding contact applications. And mega ohmmeter is used to measure the large resistance values. Milli ohmmeter is used to measure the low resistance. An ohmmeter consists of DC emitter and a few added characteristics. First one is a DC source of potential and one or more resistors. To design a ohmmeter, two types of schemes are used. They are series type of ohmmeter and shunt type ohmmeter. We will discuss one by one. Okay. So series type of ohmmeter and another one is shunt type of ohmmeter. These two are the ohmmeters which are used to design the ohmmeter. Okay. So first one is series ohmmeter. The basic circuit diagram of the series type ohmmeter is shown in this figure. This is the circuit diagram of the series type meter. In series type ohmmeter, the RL is the current limiting resistor. RL is the current limiting resistor and RX be the unknown resistor. Rx with the unknown resistor. R2 is the zero adjusted resistance. Okay, then the Rm is the internal resistance. E be the here E be the internal battery voltage. Here A and B are the output terminals of the ohmmeter. This is the circuit diagram of series type ammeter. Here, if A and B are the terminals, A and B are the terminals which are connected together with the resistance R1 and R2. The battery of the meter from a single series circuit. The resistance R2 is adjusted. This R2 is adjusted to get the full scale current through the movement. The needle device back to the maximum position on the scale. So, the current reading on the full scale is marked as ohms, 0 ohms. If A and B terminals are open circuits, no current will flow through the circuit. Then needle will not move. The zero current reading on full scale will be marked as infinite to indicate the infinite resistance. So this is about the series type ohmmeter. Next is the shunt type ohmmeter. Here this is the basic circuit diagram of a shunt type ohmmeter. Shunt type ohmmeter is used to measure the small value resistance. So, to measure the small values resistance, this type of ohmmeter is used. In this type of ohmmeter, the movement mechanism is connected parallel to the unknown resistance Rx. In this circuit, it is compulsory to use a switch. If not, the current will always flow in the movement of mechanism. When the A and B terminals are closed, then the unknown resistance Rx is short circuit. The needle reads 0 because full current flows through the resistance Rx. So I is equal to 0 through the meter. Therefore, 0 current reading is marked as 0 ohms. Then When A and B terminals are opened, then the unknown resistor Rx is open circuited. No current flows through the Rx. Full scale current flows through the meter as the resistor Rx is adjusted. So maximum current reading is marked as infinity ohms. Infinity ohms. The next, ohm meter work. In an ohm meter, the deflections of the needle is controlled by the amount of battery current. Okay, before calculating the resistance of unknown electrical circuit or resistor, first of all, the testing of leads of the ohm meter are shorted together. When the LEDs are shorted, the meter is adjusted for proper operation on the selected range and the needle drives back to the maximum position on the ohm scale and the other meter current is maximum. After using an ohm meter, the test LEDs should be removed. If the test LEDs remain connected to the ohm meter, then the battery of the meter gets discharged. When the rheostat is adjusted properly with the test of LED shorted, the needle of the meter comes to zero position and specific zero resistance between the test LEDs. Measuring circuit working with an ohm meter. This is the measuring circuit with an ohm meter. See here students. When this meter is adjusted for zero reading on the ohm scale, it is ready for measuring the resistance in a circuit. The arrangement of ohm meter with a typical circuit is shown in this diagram. The power switch of the circuit should always be in the off position because the source voltage is applied to the circuit across the meter could damage the meter. If the circuit is in the on position, then what happens? If we apply the voltage, then what happens? That voltage damages the meter. That's why it should always be in the off position. When the test leads of the ohm meter are connected serially to the circuit, this causes the current flow through the circuit being tested. If the meter test leads are connected at the point A and B in the circuit, then the amount of current in the meter coil will depends upon the resistance of the meter and the total resistance of the resistors R1 and R2. As the meter in the above circuit is pre-adjusted one, then the amount of the coil movement therefore depends upon the exclusively on the resistance of the R1 and R2. The addition of this R1 and R2 raises the total series resistance, decreasing the current and therefore decreasing the needle deflection also. The needle then comes to rest at a scale of indicating the combined resistance R1 and R2. Okay, if the current of testing resistors R1 and 0 adjusted resistors and R2 are replaced with a large value resistor, then the current flow and the deflection in the moving coil of the meter will be decreased. So this is about the measuring circuit working with an ohm meter. So in this video we have we have discussed about the DC ammeters. Okay. So I'm sure you have got the good understanding of the concept of DC ammeter and also ohm meter. I hope you have enjoyed this session.